This is The Launch, episode 32 for August 19th, 2025. Streaming from the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast, we greet you all a good morning, good evening, or whenever your timeline may fall, time-appropriate greetings indeed to one and all. This is The Launch, and my name is Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hello, Andrews. Big show coming up today. Here's a few things everyone needs to know before we get going. We'd love it if you call us. Our phone number is 774-462-5667. That's 774-462-5667. The show is a vibe on Tuesdays. Join us live at jblive.tv. 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. UTC. JupiterBroadcasting.com/calendar or in a podcasting 2.0 app of your choice. And then the show's out Wednesday mornings, assuming I remember to publish it. Mumble Room's going as well, and links to what we talk about today will be at weeklylaunch.rocks. Well, Andrews, one has to wonder, has the music stopped for you?
Ooh, the day the music died.
Yeah,
right?
That's another
Lyrics
good reference.
And everything.
Yeah.
So I've been doing karaoke for over a year now, consistently every week, sometimes 3 times a week, because my boyfriend is a KJ, a karaoke jockey, and the place that we've been going to is just such a beautiful facility and so nice and so accommodating. We've been building this really good community of decently good singers. Over the last month or so, we've been trying out a couple new karaoke places just to see what it's about in other places. And it just solidified that the place that we've been going is the best, right? And that he's been hosting. Well, last Tuesday, we found out very quickly that was going to be the last week of live music altogether.
What?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Whoa, that's kind of sudden.
No karaoke, no live bands.
Why?
And no notice. Well,
What's the deal with no notice and why the change?
They're claiming cost prohibitive, right? That insurance. So
like you guys don't bring in business?
Right? No, but we totally do.
Yeah,
that's
of course.
What's crazy.
Yeah.
So the insurance used to be, apparently, you just insured the bar, right? For live music. But now you have to insure every seat in the house, but the rest of the seats in the house are closed, right? So the bar's only maybe 25% of the seating, maybe less. But now they have to pay for 100% of the seating under this insurance for live music. Yeah,
that sucks.
That's what they're claiming. I don't know if that's true, but regardless, we have to find a new place, and it's sad, and it's the end of an era, and it's never going to be the same.
Well, and if it's true, wouldn't other venues also be?
So a lot of the other venues are very small. They're very small.
I see. One of the advantages, this was a larger venue?
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yep.
Why the short notice, though? Didn't they know about this?
Right? Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes it a little sus.
Skeptical, and just skeptical. Yeah. There's got to be more to this. Yeah, so we'll have to see.
So you're searching for a place?
Yeah, we think we found one within less than, not even, I don't know, within walking distance.
No way, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy great.
It's kind of more of a dive, though, but
it can be okay.
But we can make the experience good.
Is the food okay?
It's Thai food.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going from American.
You're going to have to learn
Thai
some
food.
Thai dishes.
I know. Well, they have wontons. Not crab rangoon.
Yeah.
There's no crab in it, but
Right.
basically crab rangoon without crab.
I think we should get the kids eating Thai food, so maybe get Abby started.
I think we could get Dylan started before Abby, but
Oh, yeah, probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then in other news,
we got a thumb update for us?
Yeah.
Last week, you told us about a thumb injury.
Thumbs up. Yeah, I have nerve damage from Gypsy biting me when I tried to get her off the new kitten.
Right.
And I've been using my thumb too much. I took Monday off of work after it happened so that I wouldn't use it.
Mm-hmm.
And then since then, I've just kind of been using it. And it was trying to reconnect. The feeling was coming back, and then I stretched it out. I used it too much, and I injured it this morning cleaning out my car. So I went and got a brace. But the brace, despite the material saying that it's not rubber, natural rubber, it smells like natural rubber, and it's making my throat itch, and I'm allergic. I think I'm allergic to it, but it is immobilizing my thumb. So yeah, it sucks.
There's ways to do it with cloth and wrap it, too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, maybe I'll try Coban instead. Yeah, or I'll
if that ends up being a problem.
I might hit this Rite Aid and see what they have. This is just what the CVS, formerly Bartell's by my house, had. But I hate it. I hate the smell of it, and I hate it not being able to be used. But that's the whole point.
Well, that's a big thing.
Wearing my watch on the wrong hand.
Driving's got to be
out
weird.
of sorts.
Driving's got to be super weird.
Driving was fine.
Really, with that brace?
Yeah.
Well, at least you're not shifting. I suppose if you were shifting.
I wasn't using.
Oh yeah, it's not that hand, right?
Yeah, I wasn't using that hand.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That helps. Yeah. All right. Let us know. What is a night out for you? What does that look like? Is it karaoke? Is it playing video games at home? Is it going out and getting crazy?
Hiking?
Ooh, that would be healthy. That would be healthy. All right, Andrews, let us know. Boost in and tell us because we'd love to hear your version of a night out. I'm trying to think if I have one. I think mine's watching TV that the kids don't complain about what I'm watching. That's my version of a night out. Okay, Andrews, I got a big idea for you.
Yes.
Are you? I've been teasing this all morning. I think it's time for the launch to make a big pivot. I've been noticing a trend since COVID that I think we could capitalize. It's only growing. And I'm wondering if you've noticed it too.
Well, many of us have pulled out our mixers and sourdough starters during COVID.
Yes, it has been the year of bread baking and cooking making. And through it all, some Minnesota bakers have seen more than bread rising. WCCO's Jason DeRusha takes us into their home kitchens seen by growing audiences around the world.
That's right, Andrews. It's the rise of the cooking influencer. And I think we have seen this space get dominated in the tiny videos, like on TikTok and YouTube. But we're not seeing anybody dominate the podcast space. So we have an opportunity. We could pivot the launch into the lunch and have already come up with our intro.
That's budget friendly. Oh, budget. Oh, budget friendly. We all gotta eat, so here's our brand new show.
Maybe it's all fake, you won't know since there's no video.
Ooh, you won't know. We could fake the whole show.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Does drinking count as cooking?
We sure hope so.
Huh? What do you think? Ready to go?
That's funny.
I think we just got to consider it. I'll put it out there to the audience. You guys let us know if you think we should pivot into the lunch and just embrace it.
Yeah.
We replace the rocket with a hot dog. Good to go. There's even an emoji for it.
Nice. Brats to the front of the line.
I'm a man without a browser home these days. I kind of make it work with Firefox. That's what I got going here. Is Firefox still your main browser?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I use 3 at all times.
Yeah,
I use Safari and Chrome as well.
Yeah. Well, I use Chrome and Firefox these days mostly, so I'm using 2. Every now and then I slip in a little Brave or something else. But I'm not thrilled with the state of the browser ecosystem. So one problem is almost all the browsers out there, except for Firefox or Safari, are based on Chrome. And there's a lot of them. Edge, right, Brave. The list goes on and on. And so we've really suffered in browser diversity. Firefox is probably the best last stand we have in forcing web developers and the creators of the standards to create things that are cross-platform, cross-browser. So Firefox is sort of, it's the last standing champion of making websites that work on something besides Chromium. And the fight is slipping over there. Global platforms, if you include like all devices, including mobile devices, which browse the web, and you look around the world, Firefox's user share of the worldwide browser market share is about 2.4 to about 2.6% of browsers. Not great. If you focus on just the desktop, it gets a little better. It's 6.4% around the world on the desktop. But Chrome, not too long ago, made a change with their browser manifest support, and they dropped support for a bunch of extensions that I use, some good ad blocking extensions. I don't like the direction Google takes Chrome. It's really becoming its own. It's slowly going in sort of in shitified direction. So I try to run Firefox in part because I like the browser. It's improved over the last couple of years, and because I want to represent this vote for cross-browser compatibility. But Mozilla's a bit all over the place. They're not doing great. Firefox doesn't seem to be their primary focus. So I haven't been enthusiastically embracing Firefox. I've been using it because it's not Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it slipping. I feel like there needs to be, a better competitor, something that comes along, but everything new that comes along is Chrome-based. And I was starting to feel pretty crappy about it all until Zen arrived. Yes, Andrews, the Zen browser. The gateway to a calmer internet. Designed with a focus on beauty, privacy, and features, not data tracking. Yeah, so the Zen browser's been around for a minute, but it's really getting to a pretty usable place. And it is built on Firefox.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you're using the Firefox engine, you're putting the vote out there for the standards, and it's open source, and it also happens to work with Firefox extensions.
That's nice.
Very nice. It has a very different UI. You might Google this. Look up Zen browser there. I should have put a link in the show notes, but look up Zen browser. It's a very minimal UI. They call it a clutter-free interface, and it utilizes a very clever vertical tabs approach, which has never really worked for me in the past.
Oh, interesting. So I have a vertical dock.
You've already kind of gone to this workflow.
Not for my browser, but for my
the dock,
OS, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and I do think it kind of makes sense these days to put more and more stuff on the side there as we have less and less horizontal space. Yeah.
Yep. I have a wide monitor, so I run out of space often vertically.
And so this is
you
nice.
have a monitor that's literally turned vertical.
I do have a couple of those too. But it also has different workspaces, so I could have home stuff, personal stuff, individual show stuff, work stuff. That's just built in, and they do a really good job of making it clear what group you're working in.
Mm-hmm.
They have a split view, so you can, in one window, have two browser windows, which is really neat when you're taking notes.
Yeah.
And then you can have a minimal UI mode where all the toolbars and everything go away, and it's just the browser in the frame.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But then they seem to have done something to turn up the performance. So like web pages load faster, it scrolls smoother. Not that I really have a complaint with Firefox, but I noticed a little bit faster, a little bit nicer in Zen. And they're really open about their development process and to the community, and they're rapidly developing this thing. So I've been very impressed. I've only been using it for a couple of days, but the fact that I could import my Firefox extensions and browser history either manually, or the gosh darn thing supports Mozilla Sync, and it will just sync down all of your Firefox profile stuff, and it'll work if you use that. It is a different workflow because, like, when you go to open up a URL, it opens up almost like a launcher, and you type it in there, and there's just little things that it takes, I would say, probably 4 or 5 days to transition to using this, and I'm 2.5 days into it, so I'm still transitioning. But man, when you combine it with, for me, a tiling desktop, it's really neat. It's a very good browser for that environment. I was very impressed with Zen, and here's kind of how I summarize it up. If you're a Firefox user, it's a really heavily modified version of Firefox that tracks a little bit less usage data. Well, it doesn't track usage data. Really privacy first. But you're getting that same core engine, so you get anything like Firefox does there security-wise. You're getting extension compatibility. But then you're also getting modern features like workspaces, the really nice interface, sort of like a premium Firefox. If you're a Chrome user, well, it's nice to try something that isn't Chromium-based. It's a genuine alternative to the Chrome domination that's happening. And it's way more private than Chrome is out of the box. And the user experience in Zen is more about organization and focus and productivity features like split view or glances that let you just sort of quickly look at a web page. Chrome doesn't have any of that stuff. And so Zen sort of offers I think maybe a better workflow. But I don't think it's for everyone because there are a lot of changes. It's probably, and I think Zen's sort of targeting this audience, is for more technical people or people that use a lot of tabs and want to be able to group things into different like areas of their life and sort of section off this area from that area, like work and personal. Then I think it's really great for that kind of stuff. I was first like half hour with it, I was just spending that half hour figuring out how to use it. I mean, it's that big of a change.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, I'm using it all the time, and the other browsers just sort of feel like old. Like the whole tabs along the top and the URL bar along the top, they all take up so much space. And we've been doing it that way since the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And Zen comes in, sort of shakes it all up. And it's based on an idea that started over on the Mac platform called the Arc browser, which innovated a lot of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Only available, I think, for Mac at first and maybe for Windows,
Mm-hmm.
and not open source. So then Zen comes along and says, well, we're going to release it for Mac, Windows, and Linux, and we're going to base it on open source, and we're going to have all these goals. And yeah, I really like it. So in summary, I'd say give Zen a try. Maybe make it a second browser or third browser for whatever like you do that's dedicated. So if you have a browser dedicated to YouTube or a browser dedicated to Gmail or whatever web, whatever, try it in Zen. It'll look amazing in Zen because you can have it just fill up the whole frame and then kind of start using it from there.
And it's not available for Android.
No, they don't have a mobile version. But because it does sync with Firefox, you could run Firefox on your mobile device and still sync your bookmarks to Zen.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a workaround.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they have any plans either to support mobile. They're really focused right now, but I think if the project were to grow, at some point they probably would. But I think if you're up for a new browser and you want to continue to support cross-platform standards, give Zen a try. Boostin, let me know how it went.
Now's the time. It's the song of the week. Remember, you can boost the track. They sure like that.
All right, our music this week. It's from an artist I've never heard of before, and I'm glad I came across it. The 54 Plates. How about that for an artist name? And it's their track, River.
And now, on with the show.
We got a whole batch of voicemails.
We have a show's worth of voicemails.
We do. We should have started this a while ago.
Standing by 774-462-5667.
That's the line.
All right, our first call is from Anonymous,
Oh,
and they start us off.
Hey, Chris and Angela, how you doing? I'm sorry if my audio isn't that great, but it was all over the internet. Basically, that Chris was just kind of having a meltdown about wanting to shut the show down. And I've been listening for years, and he just said you needed to get more calls or he was going to shut it down. It was pretty dire, I guess.
True.
So
It's true.
I just wanted to call and be part of something that maybe keeps it going. To be honest with you, I've been listening a long time, and I still haven't got over the end of Beer is Tasty.
oh my goodness.
Remember those fondly. But anyway, so keep it going. I think Angela and you are awesome on the show, and Angela's sort of like the sparkling breath of fresh air on Jupiter. All right. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Well, thank you, sir.
That's really nice.
I mean, I think our pivot to the lunch could save the show. We'll see. Ange
Heck
hasn't
yeah.
signed off, but I think I think I'm winning her over. We'll see. I think we got some good calls this week, so the show lives another week. Mr. Adversaries 17 calls in. Take it away, Adversaries.
Hey, Chris and Angela. It's Adversary 17, now married. Just checking in with the launch. It's been a while. I just wanted to share that Steve Gibson of the Security Now podcast did a whole age verification discussion about how to do it safely. Not exactly the technical bits, but more of the theory, called Zero Knowledge Proofs, in episode 1034. Maybe something you want to look into, but I think the bigger problem is parents just don't take responsibility for doing that kind of stuff, like making sure the kids are properly able to look at what they should be. And I work in youth a little bit, and I'm starting to see a trend of parents are starting to be more intentional with their kids. Whereas if these lawmakers turn it all into law that the tech companies have to, quote unquote, parent these kids, then it's going to continue to make that trend to go the other direction, in that the tech companies will be parenting, whereas the parents will be having less responsibility. Just something to think about.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One less thing to think about, I suppose, good or bad. Yeah, one more role that they don't have to take on, which I don't actually think is good. Thank you, Adversaries. Nice to hear from you. Mark from Michigan called in.
Hey, Chris and Angela. Mark calling again from northern Michigan. Just listened to the show on my drive back home, my 3.5-hour commute home from work.
Yeah, boy.
Anyhow, the issue you're having with the water and the filter might be able to help you with two things. My wife and I lived a full year in our RV on our northern Michigan property while our house was being built. A key thing there is, of course, insulation. Skirt your RV with some thick pink foam, kind of secure it. Then you can run your water line in there, have your filter system underneath the RV, and put a little small milk house heater to keep that space nice and not toasty warm, but warm enough to not to freeze, and then you can keep your filter going. That's my thought. Have a great show and a great week, and I'm glad you guys have it canceled. Thanks.
Thanks, Mark. I've been thinking this could be the year to skirt.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm worried about attracting
Driving?
critters.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere. But we don't tend to go on many trips. Once winter really sets in after November, we don't tend to really go
Would
anywhere.
it be a detachable skirt?
Yeah, you'd want to.
Yeah.
You could even just cut foam to the right height and kind of really wedge it in there. But we get some wind up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder. I've worried about skirts attracting critters because you create this little warm space. But the thermal improvements for the RV are obvious because the floor is off the ground. And so all of that air flowing through there is stealing heat away from the RV.
Sure.
So it does make a big difference. Thanks, Mark. Now, how about this, Ange? We got a call from an Aussie listener.
Ooh.
G'day, team. It's Retrogeek here from sunny Western Australia. I thought I'd give you a quick call. been listening to all the JB podcasts for a while, loving the content, love the launch. Keep up the great work. Don't really have anything to add. Just thought I'd do a quick call in. Good on you guys. Catch you later.
I love it.
Nice.
But it turns out he did have something to add.
Oh.
Yeah, g'day, JB team. It's Retro Gear here again from sunny Western Australia. I just remembered a funny story about camping when I was a young fella. I used to be in the Navy Cadets here in WA, and we used to once a year have a week-long camp where cadets would come from all over the state. You got to choose a course that you got to do, so you could be like marine technician or adventure training, or you could do ceremonial or something like that. In this particular year, I'd selected adventure training, and they had us all set up on a big oval on a Navy base here in WA on Garden Island, HMAS Stirling, and had to set up these big tents for us to camp in. And the first night, we're all set up in there thinking it was great. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, there's these screams going on. Everyone waking up, running out of the tents, wondering what's going on. And what they'd done is set these tents up on top of the reticulation on the oval, and no one had turned it off. So inside a couple of the tents, the retic could come on and just doused everyone down. It was hilarious. Suffice to say, they fixed it for the second, third, and remaining nights, but it was funny, and camping is a very whole to remember. Anyway, good on you guys. That'll give you an idea of what episode I'm up to as well. Just about caught up with the launch and just listening to your latest lump right now, 2 a.m. rescue. So good stuff. Good on you guys. Cheers. Catch you.
Thank you, and cheers to you. Hope you call back soon. Now, Faraday Fedora also had a sort of a similar, we were talking about UFO stories and light sightings. Mm-hmm. Faraday called in with one.
Hey, JB crew, it's Faraday Fedora again. I have a UFO story for you guys, and it's a little bit in the same line of the three dots. My wife worked at the local hospital here for quite some time, and she was bringing up a story that she had heard from the older nurses of constant UFO sightings that had gone on at the same hospital over the years. And it's such to the point where the Canadian Mint printed something for it. And then while telling this story, my mom starts breaking out laughing. She then tells us that growing up, they lived on the property next door to the hospital, and over the last 10 years when they were kids, they used to set off Chinese flying lanterns a few times a year, and that was the sightings. And It's been a little family secret for the last 30 years or so.
So funny.
That's it. I'll talk to you guys later.
I should do that. What a fun family tradition.
Yeah.
Punk everybody, make them think it's UFOs. That's great. Thanks, Faraday. Tech Geek from Florida called in.
Hey, launch team. This is Tech Geek from Orlando, Florida. Just sitting here. I just got arrived at work here at NASA KSC at the Launch Control Center, about to head into work. Just finished up episode 30, a little bit behind. I guess this is a conversation about T-shirts and branding and such. I can tell you the only brand T-shirt that I have, or I should say shirt, is a Red Hat polo that I wear to work from time to time. But pretty much the entire, inventory of shirts that I have, apparel that I have, are all T-shirts for the most part. And none of them really have any branding except for pretty much genre. A lot of sci-fi film. I got a lot of Star Trek T-shirts.
Yep.
Quite a few NASA T-shirts, and some film T-shirts that I actually like to buy from not a sponsor, not a promoter, but I love the site Last Exit to Nowhere. They have a lot of cool film T-shirts. But yeah, I've never been a fan of wearing any kind of branding shirts per se, like Adidas or Pro Nike or whatever. But anyway, and also as far as the story about UFOs and other strange sightings, I can tell you probably about 30 years ago, it was probably about 30 years ago, I was driving in the evening and I saw a red globe-like object in the distance falling, but then immediately stop and shoot straight back up.
What?
Ooh. Strangest thing I've ever seen.
Huh.
Pretty odd. And I'll just have to call back later for our ghost story.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I hope you guys take care.
Thank you. Do call back. That's a weird one. I was going to say like meteor or rock or something.
Right. Wait,
It goes
that
back
is
up.
so weird.
All right. A guy named Ryan calls in with his lucky 13th call.
Hello there, JB Launch Crew. This is a guy named Ryan. Long time, 13th time. Lucky number 13, because I hear, Chris, I love the idea of the lunch instead of the launch.
Thank you.
Amazing. Topic suggestion, what's your favorite sandwich spread? Mine has got to be spicy brown mustard. Just delicious on just about any, meat-based sandwich. Throw a little cheese in there, and I am good to go. Anyway, can't wait to hear more from the Lunch Bunch going forward. Let's go lunch.
Let's go lunch.
The Lunch Bunch.
When did he place that voicemail?
They're in sync with us. They are in sync with us.
Wow.
I think, they sense the pivot coming.
Okay, well, let's answer his very important question.
Meat-based sandwich, too, is a hilarious one.
It is. I know. It's making me hungry, though. My favorite, what did he say? He didn't say condiment. Spread?
Yeah.
Sandwich spread?
Yeah.
Cream cheese.
Oh, sure. Can really kick it up.
Cream cheese on everything.
Yeah.
Cream cheese and cheese and cheese.
My favorite is homemade mayo. I'm not a huge mayo on a sandwich guy as atypically would be, but homemade mayo doesn't creep me out as much as regular mayo. So I like the homemade mayo. Little eggs, little oil, little mustard seed. It's not a big deal. Crashmaster calls in.
Hi, Chris and Angela. This is Crashmaster from Connecticut. Boy, am I excited for the new show. Here's a recipe for you. Shepherd's pie.
Yeah?
Yes.
Now, it seems simple, I know, and it's an American standard, right? And really, it's an Irish standard.
There better be cheese on it.
If you want to really simplify things, so you want a nice, quick way to do it, here's what I do.
Okay.
You still brown the ground beef in a saucepan, and I like to do it with a little bit of salt and pepper and some olive oil, believe it or not. It gives it a nice richness. Let it brown, and then add creamed corn.
Wow.
Just creamed corn. 2 cans of creamed corn. One of those standard, 16-ounce cans of creamed corn. It's got to be like a pound of ground beef, and you don't want the healthy for you stuff. You really want the 80, no more than 80%.
Yeah.
You want 20% fat.
Right.
The fat is what gives it the flavor.
You want the fat.
And whatever you do not strain the ground beef.
Of course not.
So you want to get this nice, heavy mixture. And then you can add a little bit of breadcrumbs to that mixture. Just a little bit, like 4 or 5 tablespoons, not too much. Right?
Don't go crazy.
This will give it a nice, flavorful consistency. And then you take that and you put it into a sprayed 9 by 12 baking pan. Once it's all browned and everything kind of mixed up really good. And then while that's going, hopefully, I forgot to tell you this is very first step, sorry, prepared. You really want to be boiling water because you want to take some russet potatoes.
Sure.
And carve them up after you peel them. Carve them up and dice them into.
Uh-oh. We're going to have to extend the voicemail runtime for recipes, I guess, right? I mean, if we're going to be taking recipes, I would assume.
How are we supposed to do recordings in 1 minute recording limits? How are we supposed to do recipes? It's ridiculous. Anyway, as I was saying,
russet potatoes.
Let it boil for like 30 minutes. Okay, eat them really soft.
And then
then you throw them into a nice mixer. It can't be a cheap mixer. It's got to be like one of these KitchenAid blenders.
Okay.
Throw it all in there. And how many potatoes, Kevin? Well, Crashmaster, how many potatoes?
Yeah.
I do a full 5-pound bag.
All right.
But you don't have to. You could get away with like 3.5 pounds.
Feeding the town.
Save the extra for using other side dishes, right? So put it all into the blender. Throw in two. Don't do cheap. You got to throw in 2 sticks of butter.
Yes.
And then as you're mixing this on high in that blender, you want to keep adding some whole milk or cream, either one. Cream is preferred if you can. and you really want the potatoes to be like a frosting-like consistency, almost like a whipped frosting consistency. Put that on top. Once it's got the right consistency, it's probably a little cool because you added a lot of cream.
Yeah.
So go ahead and spread that on top evenly over the rest of your meat mixture, right? And then layer a little bit more breadcrumbs over the top, a little paprika, and throw it in the oven. I like to do 450 for 20 minutes. You can also do 350 for 30 minutes, and then you're done. You should be a brown top. You don't need to cover it at all. It should be fantastic. Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, Crashmaster.
No cheese, though.
I know. I think it needs more cheese.
Yeah.
What we'll do is
and green onions.
When the pivot's complete, we'll bring Crash on as a special guest.
Absolutely.
For the lunch.
The launch is now the lunch. I hope you're hungry. Just tweak the logo. That's budget friendly.
Oh, budget friendly.
We all gotta eat. So
All right. We did get a caller calling in about the non-standard holiday traditions.
Ooh, okay.
Hi, Chris and Ange. I'm just calling about the non-standard holidays. I mean, for some people it might be a standard one, but it's not very well known. I enjoy Shrove Tuesday, which is, I guess it's more of a religious one as like pre-Lent season before Easter, but I just like it because it's also called Pancake Tuesday, so we just cook and eat pancakes.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for the great show, guys. Bye.
I want to do Pancake Tuesday.
Right?
I should just come up with the excuse to do Pancake Tuesday. We also got a call from a long-time listener in Ireland.
The lunch show, Silas calling from Ireland. I've listened to you guys since London was host on the Linux Action Show.
Hey!
So the network is very, very dear to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very integral part of my day, so I'm some concerned about this talk about cancelling the launch. It's no good, guys. What you got to do is pivot this. Pivot it into a cooking show. You have this right there in the name. Launch is practically lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And as a former chef, let me tell you, the intersection between food and technology, I mean, it's right there for the taking. It's brilliant. It'll be great. And secondly, Chris, please call Mike. Please call him. Figure something out. You two need a new show. It's podcasting gold when you two are together. You could present the weather for all I care, but we all listen to you. So please just make it happen. And thank you for the last 15, 16 years. You've all done a great job, and I'm so happy to listen every week.
16 years. Wow, thank you.
Okay, so
This is a great idea. We should bring Mike on as a guest to the new cooking show.
Launch.
Uh-huh.
The A's in the wrong place.
Yeah,
it goes before the L.
Yeah.
A lunch.
A lunch. It's the A lunch show. I know. I think we really got something here. Now, following up from last week, you might remember, Open Source Accountant took me to task.
Mm-hmm.
He calls up with some follow-up.
Hey, Chris and Angela. Derek, the Open Source Accountant, again. Couple quick points to clarify my position on the last call. I would actually prefer seeing everything moving towards the Fountain platform, if that's an option. I would love to see the energy expended towards getting off of Memberful if it's not fulfilling your needs. And if Fountain is, I think that's a much better option. I also think Twib deserves its own subscription. So I don't think that what you're doing is a bad thing. I just think that I was just kind of asking if everything else was moving that way, if possible, because I'm pretty excited about it. That said, turning this into a cooking show would be awesome. You should do an egg white and mayo on lightly toasted sourdough as your first option. Have a great day.
There we go. Thank you, Open Source Accountant. Appreciate the follow-up and the encouragement and the cooking tip.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's pretty much on board, well, except for our last caller.
Chris.
Oh.
Okay. Last show I called. I poured out my heart. I beseeched of you to not destroy the lunch, to not kill the lunch. And you didn't. You didn't kill the lunch. But instead, what you did, you might as well have hopped in the Jupes, driven diagonally across the United States all the way to Mississippi, knocked on my front door, slapped me in the face, and driven away. A cooking show? You're turning it into a cooking show? Last week I was sad. This week, I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed. A cooking show. Jesus Christ.
Hey, we all got to eat.
Yeah,
we all got to eat.
Everybody eats.
See, I think your calls, well, except for that call. Now, see, I was making so much progress with Ange, and now we've been set back. Thank you, everybody who calls us. We would love it if you left us a voicemail. Just a reminder, that phone number, because we want to hear from you, is 774-462-5667. And let's wrap it up with some boosts.
And now, it is time for Le Boost.
And Adversary 17 is our baller booster. And 17 writes, I'm fully convinced that cats are just evil and there's nothing you can do about it, Andrews. Good luck. I think you might be right. He says, adding to the age verification conversation, 2 minutes wasn't enough, I guess, on his voicemail. One problem with PGP would be that I can give anyone my secret key. That's true. So I would have verified as an adult, what's stopping my children from using my key?
Right? Just like they used my Netflix profile.
Yeah. He says, I think we're headed to a Ready Player One Minority Report world where you're tracked and everything you do is under surveillance.
Yep.
Not a fan of it.
Nope.
But I think it's inevitable. Yeah, I think, what I've realized is if the technology allows it, somebody eventually will try it. I mean, look at these license plate readers, which are now adding in AI detection to find events and automatically alert police. The flock cameras are. So that's great. That's great. He says, someone more knowledgeable than me, please correct me, but I'm pretty sure that you only need to pump the average household septic system every 3 years, unless there isn't a drain field. Yeah, it's only like an 8-foot deep tank, no drain. I know. I said, tried calling again, but I got a busy tone. I wonder, you might only be able to call a couple of times. I don't know how that works because there's like a DDoS prevention. I don't know when it kicks in because Yeah. You never know. But thank you, Adversaries. Thank you for being our baller. It's always nice to hear from you. Always enjoying diving into topics.
Right then, let's get ourselves settled in for a wee deep dive.
Appreciate the calls and the boost. Galactic Starfish is here with 2,000 sats.
Coming in hot with the boost.
The Navy Federal Credit Union still has voice login.
Wow.
A friend of mine logged in near me, and I was concerned well before I heard Altman say anything about it. No kidding. Yeah, I figured they must still be out there. But I thought maybe it was with the fancier, higher-end banks for some reason. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe it's credit unions. Not that they're not fancy. Thanks for the report from the ground, Galactic Starfish. The Dude Abides is here with 10,000 sats.
It's over 9,000!
Just says, please don't cancel the show. It's under consideration, the dude. Thank you for your boost. Your signal has been received. Appreciate that. Mr. Turd Ferguson's here with 12,000 sats.
Turd Ferguson!
I don't know if this is a weird holiday, but the wife and I always have a second Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Just the two of us with everything made the way we like it, incorporating the best of the leftovers.
Right.
That's a good way to go. We've done that sometimes.
Yes.
That's a good way to go.
Yep.
Yeah, and sometimes like you go to family events and maybe that family isn't the best at cooking. Yep. Plus, you sometimes have enough leftovers to eat for days. It's wonderful. Thank you, Turd. Appreciate the boost. Thank you, everybody who boosted the lunch. We really appreciate it. We had 7 of you stream sats as you listened, and y'all collectively stacked 6,075 sats for us. Thank you very much. When you combine that with our boosters, this episode stacked 65,148 sats. If you'd like to boost, Fountain FM makes it real easy. There's lots of ways to do the self-hosted route as well. Go get a Podcasting 2.0 app at newpodcastapps.com. Support the show with a boost or a membership. And if you're a Jupiter Party member, you get the extra bootleg version of the show, which is clocking in at a big, mighty hour and 26 minutes right now. Holy! All right. I know we're running long, but we got to talk about this. It's crazy. So this is a quick story. A blind man can see once again because up in Canada, they installed a camera in his tooth. In his tooth. Can you believe this? So I don't know if he has to walk around smiling all the time or not. They don't get to that. But here, I'll play a little bit of it for you.
A Canadian man who was blind for more than 2 decades can now see through his tooth. Yes, you heard that right. Brent Chapman is one of 3 people in Canada to undergo tooth-in-eye surgery. The 2-part surgery involves removing a patient's tooth, inserting a plastic lens into it, then stitching the whole thing into the patient's eye socket. Ooh. So why a tooth? Because they consist of the hardest substances humans produce, making them the ideal casing to bridge the lens.
To watch them come back into the world is it's an incredibly rewarding feeling.
When Dr. Maloney and I made eye contact, we both just burst into tears. And
so he's got a big black spot there on one of his canines where the camera's at. It's a little weird, but I mean...
Okay, so it's not... They didn't put the tooth in his eyeball? Because that's what I was understanding.
Oh, maybe they took the tooth from there. I couldn't...
they took out the tooth, and it sounds like they put it in the eyeball.
Yeah, okay, that would make more sense, because, So he's just missing a tooth
So
now.
he just can't see when he's chewing?
That's what I was wondering. That's what I was wondering. I tell you what.
No.
I was like, how does this work? Like, what is brushing your teeth like?
This is so incredible, because I wonder if people that have never seen, like, if this is a possibility.
Yeah.
Because, wow.
I know.
I would never want to be blind. Like, that, what... I mean, I'd make the best of it, but still.
You really got to respect people that just get through life and make it work. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a quiz for you on this next one, Andrews. Is this real or was this a stunt?
Okay.
Her name is Katie Santry, and she found something in her backyard, and when she discovered it, it made her go viral on TikTok. Okay? So at the end of this, you'll determine if it's real or if it's fake.
Fact or crap?
All right, this is a story that is definitely trending today. An Ohio woman has gone viral on TikTok after a disturbing discovery that she made in her yard. Tonight, Avery Fitzgerald with our Ohio sister station is breaking down the saga of the lady and a rug.
I think my house is haunted and I'm freaking out. Like, I'm literally shaking.
It all started with this video posted to TikTok. Columbus mom Katie Santry says she woke up one morning and noticed something was off.
I'm down this morning to work. The screen shattered. This stuff down here. This hanging off.
Santry says she was spooked.
We close these doors so the dogs don't come in here at night. No one is in this room.
She had recently started digging holes in her yard to install a fence. As she and her husband went digging the other day, they noticed something unusual.
Back here, we dug a hole. There is a rolled up carpet buried underground that we came across as we were digging this hole.
From there, the internet started to spiral.
I jokingly on TikTok said maybe the body in the rug is a ghost and broke my computer.
As tens of thousands of people all over the world became invested in Santry's story, she started to take a closer look.
Okay, so a tree was planted above the rug, and it is called a blood good because this was in the hole.
Santry wanted to fill the hole and move on, but TikTok users said more needed to be done.
I was just gonna leave it, and then TikTok was like, you need to dig it up, you need to call the police, so I did. And then when they first came out, they really thought nothing of it.
This video taken just 3 days ago.
You need an excavator out here to get that.
Cops.
Most likely.
Potentially, yeah.
When nothing happened with police, Santry made some plans of her own to get to the bottom of it.
My friends and I were going to dig this rug up today out of curiosity.
But today, she got a call from police saying they were coming back, this time with canines.
I thought there was maybe like a 0.005% chance that anything was going to happen.
She decided to stream some of it live on TikTok, and more than 100,000 users tuned in as she watched the canine sniff through her yard.
Oh my God.
Santry instantly knew what that signal from the canine could mean.
When they sit, that means something though, right?
Usually.
A second canine also sat in the same spot. At At this time, it's still unclear what they may discover underground.
They said that there's still a chance that this rug just could have blood on it. It doesn't necessarily mean there is a body in my backyard.
But for now, it's a waiting game as the investigation continues.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the last thing I was anticipating.
I don't understand what the heck is going on here.
All right, Andrews, what do you think? Real or fake?
Well, I mean, there's definitely a rug under there, but like, I don't know. I am interested to know what they find.
So she bought the house recently when those videos were shot. The owners previously were in their 90s and had moved into a nursing home, and they'd lived there for a long time.
Did
the
they,
only
though?
owners. Yeah, the only owners. Or did they? Did they leave? Yeah. A nearby neighbor who's lived in their home for 20 years told the TV station that the attention has been disturbing and alarming, saying, quote, "This is the loudest it's been in a long time."
Oh, my gosh.
Hopefully they find what they're looking for and we can get back to life as normal, quiet and
Yep.
peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a neighbor. All right, so here's a couple of stats. When she started talking about this rug in her backyard, this was in 2024. She had 6,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
Today, she has 2.1 million followers.
That's crazy.
Those videos about this rug in the backyard got over tens of millions of views. And then she quickly pivoted into like a mommy vlogger, and then she got pregnant, and then she did like the reveal on TikTok, and then now the birth is on TikTok. And
We're in the wrong business.
I know. I know. But those videos are still some of the most popular.
Mhm.
They blew up her channel on TikTok or whatever you call it.
Crazy.
And I watch it, and I think all it is I think it was an old couple that lived there.
Mm-hmm.
They probably had a pet. That pet probably died. They probably rolled it in a rug and buried it in the backyard. That's a pretty common thing people do.
Mm.
And then she comes along, and she finds a rug in the backyard and manages to make a TikTok career out of it. But to do so, she has to abuse the cops' time. She has to harass the neighborhood.
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's fake, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I would just bury the pet. I wouldn't roll it in a rug.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. All right. That's my guess, though. Boost it and tell us what you think. If you think it's legit or not. Could be a pet. Could have been nothing. Seemed a little odd to me. I don't know. Put a link in the show notes if you want to watch it yourself. Also, I have a link in there to the world's oldest chicken.
Oh.
Still kicking. 14 years old.
Still kicking. Oh.
That chicken's still kicking.
That's pretty. What's the average lifespan?
I don't think it's 14.
You don't
I don't know. I didn't look it up. All right.
And that's the show.
Yeah. Weeklylaunch.rocks for the episode. Links and all of that. Also, the phone number's there, ways to boost in. And, of course, we'd love it if you join us next Tuesday or catch it in your podcast app Wednesday morning when it releases. We'd love it if you did that. From the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast, thank you for listening to this episode of The Launch, and we'll see you right back here next week.